hear any screaming, that's from the previous comic because we get in trouble for going over. You can probably tell I like going a lot. Do you ever look back at your childhood and just like realize that you're really lucky to be alive? Because I do that a lot. My mom just never really had that mommy instinct in her. For example, one of her favorite stories to tell me is about when she was pregnant with me. She likes to talk about how I was a little stinker. She's like, I would be sitting on the couch and I'd have my feet up and the ashtray propped on my belly and you would just kick it right off. And I'm like, sorry, Mom. I'm like, I was probably flailing for oxygen or something. Hope I didn't spill your beer. And she's like, oh, everybody smoked and drank back then. Yeah, that explains a lot. Yes, but she likes to think she was ahead of her time, like, you know, the whole Baby Mozart thing. Well, her Baby Mozart was MTV, and she likes to talk about how she could put me in my playpen, turn on MTV, and I would be able to stay there for a whole work shift. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, so you took me to work with you? And she's like, no, don't be crazy, I would have gotten in trouble. I'm like, oh, so I had a babysitter? And she's like, no, that's not the point. The point is that you were very quiet, you were just good as gold. And so my question is always, if a baby's in a playpen and it cries, but mommy's not around to hear it, does it make a sound? But she also, like, there were times when she needed her mommy time to do her own things. So she would give my younger brother and I some money to walk to Walmart. Mind you, we were probably under the age of 10, and walking to Walmart involved walking through the ghetto on like the south side of Chicago, underneath the bridge frequented by hobos, and across a very busy street called Harlem Avenue. So you don't even have to be from Chicago to know that that's a busy street, Harlem. And her one bit of motherly advice for us was, don't mail any letters. Which I think she heard on Oprah, like people were abducting children by saying, hey, you want to mail a letter for me? And then rolling them into their vehicles, which was funny. But lucky for us, the bridge hobos never asked us to mail any letters. And so we would always laugh about that as we were eating our funny tasting candy from them, watching their pocket puppet shows. Pocket, yeah, sounds like a nerd, doesn't it? Yes. And my mom, but I became independent because of that childhood. I learned how to cook at a young age. My mom would let us cook our own breakfast, and so we like making French toast. And the way we did this is we butter up slices of bread, like both sides, and then stick it in the toaster, stick it down, and then pour some syrup over that, which I now know is a great way to start a fire. No surprise, I burnt down at least 2 apartments before the age of 5. Yes, I'm not a pyro though, I promise. But there are some things that from my childhood have affected the way I act as an adult. For instance, my mom spent a lot of time in the bathroom. So like if we were getting ready to go to the zoo or something, she'd be like, okay, well, just get ready, sit on the couch, kids, get dressed. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. And she'd be there for hours. So from that, 1, I am not a drug addict, and 2, if ever I go on dates, like I'll be on a first date, and they'll be like, oh, excuse me, I just have to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. I automatically get all anxious, and I'm like, oh great, they're never coming back, am I going to come out with the person I knew? Or I sometimes just get really pissed off, and I'm like, F that, I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to get back from the bathroom, and you're not going to come back, and just storm out. It's a wonder I am single. But that's all the time I have for tonight. Thanks, guys. You've been great.